In this video, we're going to be looking at the different objectives of business a firm can pursue. So there's three main types: profit maximization, revenue maximization, and sales maximization. Profit maximization is the main one. This is the one that we assume all firms do unless otherwise stated. And this occurs at the point marginal revenue equals marginal cost. This is because if marginal cost is greater than marginal revenue, you have the result is a negative, it's a loss. And if marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost, you can still increase your production, and the more product you make, the more money you make, so you would want to increase. So that's why your max level of profit occurs at where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. So why do firms mainly choose profit maximization? This is important because it's the one that all firms do. Well, because by getting profit, you're rewarding the entrepreneurs, the shareholders, the people who took the risk, and this encourages more people to do it. And business is a fundamental part of our lives as humans. Trade, it's really important. So it's a way of incentivizing people to be an entrepreneur, which is a factor of production. Also, the money you can then use for research and development, which is good, increase the variety of products for the consumers, more market scope for the firm. It also is a sign of a firm saying to another firm, hey, I'm making supernormal profits, you want to come to this industry, we're making a lot of money. Then they come into the industry, supply increases, and we move towards a more allocatively efficient output, which might not be so good for firms, but it definitely is for consumers, and it is one of the reasons why firms decide to profit maximize. The second one is revenue maximization. This equals when marginal revenue equals zero. This is because when marginal revenue is less than zero, we have a negative, a loss, and when marginal revenue is greater than zero, again, you have scope to increase your production and therefore increase your revenue, and therefore the max will occur when marginal revenue equals zero. Why do people do this? Well, it's a way of saying, hey, we're making the most revenue, come and work for our company, so you're taking the best people on board. You are also rewarding shareholders, and it's a sort of level where the managers can sort of invest and work towards having their perks as well as satisfying shareholders. So it's a sort of solution to the principal agent problem. Sales maximization, this is where the amount of sales sold are maximized, and the reasons for doing this include you can increase your market share quite quickly by setting a low price, penetrate a market, you get brand loyalty. It's a great way of new entrants coming into a market. This occurs where average revenue equals average cost. And this is because when average cost is greater than average revenue, we have a negative, we have a loss. And when average revenue is greater than average cost, then you say you want to increase production, because the more products you have, the more sales you can make, and the maximum sales maximization output can be achieved. So that's why it occurs at average revenue equals average cost. However, there are other forms of objectives that firms may have. One is survival. When a new business enters a business, the most important thing is for them to survive. Then they can think about profit, sales. What do they want to do? So one of the ways they survive is by using sales maximization. So you can see a connection. How do they survive? Well, they need to break even, so they have to break at the point where total revenue equals total cost, because then profits equals zero. So to stay in business, they want to survive, and that's when total revenue equals total cost. Another one is corporate social responsibility. Now, this seems to be a fairly new phenomenon, because this is more and more what consumers demand. And this is where a business looks at the wider society. So it might aim to have all environmentally friendly products, and might aim for a green environment thing. That's when you might pursue that kind of goal. Or you might look at ethics. I'm not going to produce in China, child labour, blah blah blah, I'm going to produce in Britain. Or I'm going to pursue an objective of looking after my workers, paying them all fair wage, making sure they're all proper. So all these kind of other objectives, as it were, which are becoming more and more popular in the 21st century, that's a corporate social responsibility. Another thing firms may want to do, this is also once they've entered the market after a bit of while, is they might want to eradicate the competition, because by becoming a monopoly they have more market power, dominance, and they can just make supernormal profits basically and do as they like. So there are two ways they can do this. They can do predatory pricing or limit pricing. Predatory pricing is illegal. This is when you set the price below your own average cost, which means you are essentially making a loss. But by setting it that low, you are sort of eradicating the competition, because all the consumer, all the demands come to you. And another way of eradicating competition, as I said before, is limit pricing. This is when you're underneath your rival firm's average cost curve. So you might be doing fine, you might not be making a loss or a profit or anything, but your other firm cannot compete, otherwise they will make a loss. This is not illegal, but it's a very difficult strategy to pursue, because to get the information of your rival firm's average cost is not easy. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching.